All right, welcome to Pro Tour Honolulu. I'm Randy Bueller here with Brian David Marshall, and it is time for the top 8 booster draft. We're going to be looking over the shoulder of Brian Kibler as he drafts the deck. He's going to be playing with it in the top 8.
Your A pack.
Players are getting ready to open their pack. Kibler is going to be feeding Paul Reitzel, his roommate. He's going to be picking up cards from Kazuya Mitamura, the hot Japanese player, on his right. Kibler, more pro points than anybody at the table.
Begin drafting.
Second trick to the top 8, couple of Grand Prix wins. He opens up a pack, gets a look through it. There's an Oblivion Ring, Executioner's Capsule, Squire, Courier's Capsule, and
a Michaelos.
A Michaelos. What do you do? It's Michaelos or O-Ring, and you got to take Michaelos, right?
No, he's going to take
nice.
Shown all weekend long that he wants to be Esper. He wants to be Esper in Constructed. He wants to be Esper in Draft.
And he's feeding his housemate in Reitzel. And he must know Reitzel's going to put him in Esper, so he just shipped Michaelos to his buddy. Right. That's what we saw. He's like, we're going to cooperate.
And you can never go wrong with
O-Ring is an awesome card.
It's splashable. You can play it in Esper. You can play it in Naya. You can play it in 5 color.
Well, what kind of awesome signal does Reitzel get? I mean, you get shipped a Michaelos, you know what's up, right? And Reitzel probably took... Kibler opened a Tower Gargoyle. But if he's smart, he took Skeleton Eyes or Magma Spray.
Right. We'll have to find out what,
Paul's
first pick on that draft
Paul's
was.
first pick is, I think...
I mean, you can sort of... have this sense that you're going to cooperate with your friend, but you get down at that draft table and you're looking at the packs, and a lot of stuff goes out the window.
Screecher looks like the best Esper pick here. See, he's going to want our Death Duelist.
Death Duelist, I mean, you can still be sort of...
Steward of Valor.
Green Light's a fine draft.
Yeah, I like
he's going to take the Death Duelist. He gets to have the Exalted guys. He gets to still stay on Esper colors.
Sure. I mean, Brian Kibler, more pro points than anybody in this tournament, 162. It's his second top 8. He's got 8 GP top 8s, 2 wins. I mean, this guy has been around the Pro Tour and doing well for a long time.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting in Rich's preview piece. He said that that Brian's opponent was only
Crumbling Necropolis.
Executioner's Capsule.
Yeah, his pick, sure.
Carly Woods was only 10 when Brian was winning Grand Prix Toronto.
Grand Prix Toronto, when Brian Kibler won Grand Prix Toronto, I had never played on the Pro Tour. That was a while ago.
and to be fair, Brian Kibler was only 18.
Yeah, no, he was young. He was on tour as a high school kid. So we're really seeing him force a strategy here, right?
Yes, absolutely.
The packs have said Naya.
Right,
Brian has said no.
Okay,
here's Lightning, Skimmer, Visionary, Mastodon.
Wow. Again,
these packs are really saying Naya. This is not a great seat for Esper.
He's doesn't want to pass anything, so he's thinking about taking Filigree Sages. There's also a Steelclad Serpent in there.
I think he's going to take Sages. He's looking at Death Baron as well. He's not terrible.
He's remaining on target.
Right. Yeah, when we sat down, we thought Reitzel might have the best seat at this table because he would know the draft preferences of his housemate on the right. No question, Reitzel has the best seat now. His Kibler's seat said Naya, but he didn't want to fight with his buddy.
Right, he's seen a Michaelos, he's seen a Hissing Iguanar, he's just got a reasonably late Mastodon.
Right. Yeah, I mean the best cards in the pack have consistently been Naya cards, and they're flowing through to Paul. Paul took first pick Tower card. Well, these guys are going to be fighting tonight.
Well, I mean, how often you take a Tower Gargoyle and you get past the Michaelos, you're probably going to move off of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Was there anything else in the pack that would keep him? And there was an Executioner's Capsule. There was an Executioner's Capsule in that pack.
Now, so Kibler's Esper, but is he blue-white Esper? Is he black-blue? Black-white?
The flexibility here is that he can do a lot of stuff, right? He can be blue-white aggro with, a couple of Esper cards.
Right, Death Duelist says he wants to be blue-white.
Right, Exalted. He can still end up being blue-black, where you're taking, Parasitic Strix and Sidraxis Alchemist in the second pack.
Right.
And just sort of tempoing your opponent out.
Yeah, I think he's probably thinking blue-white now as opposed to black. It's part of the reason he shifts to Death Baron. Right. Doesn't want that. Death Duelist is only going to be able to consistently cast it if his blue and white is his base colors and black is the splash.
There's a Halting CLIC.
car. Just another Stewart.
Dredge,
Deny a seat. Deny a car.
Dredge,
So good here.
Dredge Skip, Salton.
It's got to be calling him, right? He's looking at the Archer? Conrad Archer?
Archers. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, Dreadscape Zombie's decent. I think I would call the heel, though. Because like I said, I'm not sure he wants black as his base color.
I mean, I'm a sucker for call to heel.
Yeah, me too. Just it doesn't have anything to do with it yet, but there's so many cards in conflict.
He's thinking about, that he doesn't have any exalted cards yet, really. Maybe take that. I can't imagine that he wouldn't get enough cards in that pack that he'd get the Dawn Ray Archers back.
Unlikely.
More likely than the call to heel.
That's certainly true.
Yeah, so
Goes
maybe
call
takes
to
the
heel.
call to heel. And Paul, if he was Nye, is taking Stewart of
Drew to the Anima. Kiss the
Kiss of the
Misha,
Misha is
yeah.
a fine card.
Totally fine card off the whites.
Sure.
It's a nice late Druid of the Anima for Paul. He went Obelisk, Coma Veil.
Yeah, we saw this. We followed if you watch the second draft view, you can watch the Sebastian Toller draft, where he was sort of being cut out of Esper, and you saw him, have to play with some cards he wouldn't normally play with. He ended up, he was siding in Coma Veils a lot.
Yeah.
He had like 3 Coma Veils that he
Deep
didn't waste
copies
in
here?
mid-range picks. Yeah, I would take the Cyclones.
Cycles, right?
And possibly take the Obelisk in case you open up something good later that you want to splash, but
Yeah. Ploppies looks right.
when in doubt, you just take anything that cycles for Carlos. Wow, the lightnings are going around this
They
table.
really are. Is there no black-red drafter? There must not be a black-red drafter on this side. Like it's the second Obelisk with black-red in
Would
it,
you
too.
have thought about going Grixis? And
He's not seeing any white. He's not seeing anything resembling white. I mean, he could have audibled into Grixis here. Because, what's his white? It's a Death Duelist, right? Is it anything else? Oh, the O-Ring. No, he took first with the O-Ring. It makes it really hard to go Grixis.
still splash. Pretty easily splash. But he just took the Obelisk of Grixis here.
Sure. Wave Skimmer Aven.
So this is his pack back now.
Sure. Take Skeletal Cathari. I don't think he's going to get the green he would need for Wave Skimmer. Yeah, Skeletal Cathari. Next pack has nothing.
Take the Speller's Capsule.
Is it Skill Borrower?
He's looking at Skill Borrower.
Yeah, that guy's ability, I think, is a drawback. I think he's 1-3 for 3, but the information you give your opponent, I think, is going to hurt you more than some random ability. Randomly being
I
able
guess
to do something
occasionally
like that.
with the border posts now, right? He gets the ability of the artifact
capture
on top.
mana. Yeah, I guess. I want to see Little D's deck.
Yeah.
Is he green-white with the double Steward, or is he red with the Iguanars? Who knows?
He certainly
And
has.
now he's going to pick up a late Dragon Fodder.
No. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's 3 cards left in the pack, and one of them is Dragon
Yes,
Fodder.
the Steel-clad Serpent came back
That's
around.
decent. I mean, it might be useful. Does indeed go Serpent.
Take Angel
And
Song.
here's the Lightning Talons, last pick playable for Paul Reitzel. Again, I don't know if he's base red or if he's red-green or green-white.
I would imagine the way the packs went, he would be green-white, maybe
With the
splash
double
a little
Stewards.
bit.
Yeah, me
Double
too.
Stewards and a Druid in the Anima.
Well, Druid goes either way. Druid's symmetrical. Stewards definitely say he wants to be base green-white, touching red, which is probably where he's at.
Yeah.
Red touch for...
Should have a hissing Iguanar.
Yeah, you can splash that guy. Certainly, if he took Magma Sprayer Skeleton Eyes out of his first pack, that's a fine splash. All right,
It's hard to not take Tower Gargoyle. Last pick, Steel Clad Serpent.
He's in a decent seat for blue, I guess. All right, let's take a look at what Brian's got. He can't be super excited about this deck at this point, but pack 2 is where he should get paid off, right? Reitzel should be returning the favor in the second pack because they are clearly cooperating.
And so much of this format seems to be about what happens in that third
Yeah,
pack.
that's the thing. He's going to get paid off by Reitzel here. I mean, he sent the signal with the Michaeloth. Said, I'm going to give you green. You know I like Esper anyway. Just ship me the Esper cards, and he should get paid off in Conflux. But Alara Reborn is so powerful relative to the other sets that I really think the key to this format is getting in the right colors so that you get paid off in Reborn. Right? And I don't know if Brian's done that.
Right. I mean, it feels like there should be a Esper drafter that's been feeding him.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, somewhere within proximity to him, somebody is.
Yeah, I know.
Esper.
Minamura is on his immediate right. Tends to like black-red. Interestingly, like he actually said in his player profile that he prefers black-red, but there's no way with the late lightnings coming through that he's actually drafting black-red. I think he must be Esper. Minamura. What did Minamura open? Oh no, he weird. There was a Drum Hunter in Minamura's pack that we never saw, but I don't know what's going on.
Please begin drafting.
Got past something. All right, here is Kibler's second pack, and of course there's a Fiery Fall and a Wild Leotau. Naya, Soul's Majesty.
Wow, that is.
Airy Mystics.
He's even getting cut off by himself on Esper.
Funny.
He's going to take the Gleam.
First 6 Gleam?
Sure.
Is that better than Airy Mystics first?
I don't know. There was a time where a 3/3 flyer for 5 would be,
awesome, right?
windmill slam first pick.
Not in this format, huh?
No. What did you think of Sebastian Taller's comment that he thinks in the Esper deck at this point, Darklit Gargoyle's better than Esper Cormorants as far as an aggressive flyer?
Maybe?
I thought that was very telling about the sort of heightened speed of this format.
The thing is, there's so many good 2-drops in Reborn. I think I want the Cormorants just because there is no 3/3 flyer for 4 in Reborn, but there's a million powerful 2-drops.
All right, here it goes. So, Scepter of Dominance, Parasite.
Sludge Strider.
This is a great pack.
Yeah, this is. It's like, can I just escape?
Esper Cormorants.
Wow. If I think if Brian Kibler would, he would just take all these cards and step away from the table.
Anaconda, like 4 cards back into this.
Just hit escape. I'll take this draft.
Looks like he's a guy Scepter of Dominance.
That's right. That card's absurd. Does something come back to him? Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a great pack. There you go. Icy Manipulator. Brian's got to be feeling a little better. He's like, okay, I just need to pick up a couple more of those.
He has to feel like signal received.
Yeah, and these guys didn't know they were going to be sitting next to each other. It just kind of.
So it looks like what Paul Reichel took out of that pack, and
drag down here.
Tell me if I'm wrong here. We did not see the Sassalem Archers.
Oh, sure.
So
totally makes sense.
So it sounds like the Naya signal was also received loud and clear by Paul Reichel.
Michael Law, that's a signal. That one's not possible to miss. He's looking at Armolaries here. I think
he's thinking about maybe slowing it down, maybe being a little more.
I would take drag down.
Drag down is going to go.
Armolaries here is a little slow now with Reborn having sped things up. Drag down's a good quality removal spell. I think I agree with that pick. What do we got now? Another Gleam, Mechanist, Cumberstone. His deck doesn't seem like a Cumberstone deck.
No.
Looks like it's Mechanist or Gleam, right?
I'll take the Mechanist, but hope I got some more.
Yeah, he's not super artifact.
He doesn't have a lot of artifacts yet.
And goes for the Gleam. It's a good card.
Yeah,
you get to wreck people with that thing. I mean, just casting it is often very good.
And leaving himself open, to open
a bomb.
All the bombs, yeah.
Wow, but he's not gonna add a color. If he opens a red or green bomb, he's gonna ship it.
I don't know. I mean, again, he doesn't have a huge density of quality playables yet, right?
True.
So, I mean, can you afford to sort of generously pass a bomb in the third pack that maybe you have the mana fixing to support? No.
Interesting.
Is a Outlander, a
Sludge Strider. Got a Sludge Strider here, right? Just start picking up artifacts. He probably wishes he took the Mechanist now. Sure.
There you go.
Sludge Strider. Yeah, I mean,
he's also thinking that other Sludge Strider are off in table because people are
hard
sort of two color. Yeah.
possible. And the other thing is that I think that the other Esper players at this table seem to be on his right.
Right. And it's highly likely that the Tower Gargoyle just is sort of excised from the draft, right? We don't know what
the one Reitzel
first pick, but we're going to assume it was Tower Gargoyle.
I bet.
You think he passed it?
I bet he shipped it.
Esperzoa. There's
and Cormorants, yeah.
It's an interesting pick. What do you take here?
Oof. I wish I took Mechanist, is what I wish.
I think I would take the Cormorants over the Esperzoa.
He doesn't have anything that combos with the Esperzoa yet, and he's running out of time to get it. And right, the combo cards are in Shards and in Conflux.
So. He also just doesn't have, again, the density. He might be playing a fair amount of, like, even Troopers or whatever comes in the third pack.
I take Cormorants. He's debating.
Oh, and there goes the Esperzoa.
He goes Esperzoa. Interesting. He's so much better off with that Mechanist now.
Yeah.
That's a tough pick. Wretched Banquet. Traumatic Visions. Is he desperate for removal? I mean, he doesn't have much.
He just has the Oblivion Ring right
and
now.
A drag down. He takes Traumatic Visions.
Yeah.
Wants to have good mana. It's reasonable.
I love that card.
Traumatic Visions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We saw a lot of that in Block Constructed.
Sure.
The 5-color decks.
Absolutely.
Using it to fix their mana and then, counter double negatives when you were casting Progenitus.
Next pack. Nothing.
Maybe think about Kaleidostone, which combos with your Esperzoa.
Oh, that's cute. I haven't seen that one in action before.
So this pack has worked pretty much according to plan.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what you send a signal to your left. You're expecting, I'm going to get paid off in the second pack. I'll put you in this color, ship me my stuff.
It'll be very interesting to see what comes all the way back around, too. There were a couple of, 2 deep, 3 deep Esper packs that we saw.
Right. You know what's funny? I bet Kibler, if Reitzel did take the Tower Gargoyle, he actually did Kibler a really big favor.
Yes,
right?
That's what I was thinking.
Shipping Tower Gargoyle to the left is going to create an Esper drafter on his left. But if he just stuck a Tower Gargoyle on his sideboard first pick, so the 6 comes back. That's what he wants here, right? 3/3 flyer for 5 is a great 9th.
Thinking about the Jesse and Bomb Giver.
Really?
Makes guys unblockable.
I've gotten the word from the floor. Reitzel took Skeleton Eyes.
Oh, wow.
First pick Skeleton Eyes.
Again, and we talked about it, knowing the preference and knowing it's unlikely that he's going to...
Oh, another Kaleidostone. And apparently, the word is Zach Hill has an Esper deck on Reitzel's left. So, Kibler's seeing these Esper picks despite having Esper 2 spots to his left.
So it's unlikely that Sludge Strider or the Cormorants are going to come back around, or a Mechanist.
Trailblazer, though.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, this pack Kibler's deck got a lot better, no question.
I mean, Zach Hill got a second pick. Tower Gargoyle to start off his draft.
Yes.
And what did he open?
Scourge Devil, Jund Battle Mage.
He probably opened a Courier's Capsule.
Yeah.
I think be my guess.
He likes 5-color, too, and that's a fine 5-color card. Yeah. Probably did first pick Courier's Capsule. Yeah, so Zach should have a good deck. Paul should have a good deck. Kibler's deck's decent. Yeah, Hill did take Courier's Capsule first.
Right. So his first 3 picks of this draft were Courier's Capsule, Tower Gargoyle, Executioner's Capsule.
That's back to Kibler.
Yep.
That's a playable. Cumberstone.
He wanted that Cumberstone he was showing us.
Yeah. Deck's too. I don't think it's right for his deck. It's much more of a 5-color card.
No, get the Frontline Sage.
How good is that Frontline Sage?
It's a looter. It's sort of talks about how fast this format is.
Right, that the looter is mediocre.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
mana activated looter.
It's fun.
3 mana activated. When I first saw that card, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. But it's still good.
I mean, it's a looter, but
I'm not shocked to see it go that late.
So here's Kibler's deck. Lots more goodies.
He's kind of all in on Esperzoa here.
Yeah, I still would have Cormorants. It's he's a little schizophrenic almost, because he went the Mechanist, which says have lots of artifacts, but he took the Esperzoa. I mean, the difference being he got the Sludge Strider in between, but still. It's a little bit schizophrenic. I think he'd be better off if he made those if he just kind of known and gotten those more consistently. Still a fine deck, though, right?
Now he's going to be. So it sounds like the other, and again, there may be another Esper drafter somewhere.
There should be one on Kibler's, right? He saw so little in shards.
Right.
I gotta believe. I mean, it could be Minamura. Although,
we think Minamura first picked Drum Hunter.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it, so that makes sense. No. Oh, he must have just missed that card. What did he first pick? Screecher?
No, the Screecher was in that pack. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
He first picked Drum Hunter. All right.
Well, here we get the sauce.
Here we go.
Alara Reborn. Full of gold, full of goodies. Kibler looks at crystallization.
Crystallization he's got to take here, right? But he's looking at the border post.
Really?
The Arsenal Thresher.
Thresher, I would crystallization here. Right?
I mean, passive again. Passive.
He's saying like trying to get his artifact count up.
Yep.
He's trying to support the Esperzoa, the Sludge Strider.
Fix his mana,
so he goes border post over crystallization. Wow, how good are those border posts?
we
Take it over pacifism?
Yeah, we talked about this. I mean, they've completely just, not only have just a huge impact within their set, just dealing with all the blades.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second pack, they completely changed the value of cards like Parasitic Strix, Ember Weaver, Dark Temper.
So the pack that Kibler's getting from Minamura started life with both a Revengeful Rebirth and a Knight of New Alara.
Oh wow! And
one of them is headed the right side.
And we just passed. Well, and we just saw Brian pass a Knight of New Alara out of this pack.
Sick.
So all those Steward of Valorans are looking pretty beefy.
Wow. Is he going to get double Knight of New Alara? What's going to be in here? Trace, a border post. There's the Knight of New Alara. Again, a second one for Reitzel.
Looking Ether Page, Soul Manipulation. Is that Band Sureblade?
Yeah. Band Sureblade is so good. First strike's
clearly,
I think, the best of the blades. Soul
Manipulation. I don't think he can afford to take the Soul Manipulation.
No, I think he needs a beater.
He needs guys.
3-2 for 2. 3-2 first strike for 2 is so good. And that's what he does, yeah.
You can tell Brian's been in, has some experience around the booth and around the webcast. He's so nice about making sure you see that card very clearly, right? He knows exactly where the camera is.
Yeah, he's been in the booth. I mean, there are not many people who've done more of these top 8 webcasts than Brian Kibler. But you have, I have. I think Pakula did more than Kibler. But I mean, Kibler was the color guy for quite a number of years.
Here's an interesting question.
Just
while we're waiting for this X-Pack. What do you think this top 8 finish does for Brian's Hall of Fame chances?
Gets him into the conversation.
All right, we see an Wow, this is
another Arsenal Thresher.
Pack.
Is that Wall of Denial?
That's Wall of Denial, Arsenal Thresher. There's two
border
posts,
most of
Walls.
Wow, tough pick. I think Wall of Denial?
There he goes.
Yeah. Such a good answer. Especially because, he's vulnerable to large ground creatures. He's just an O-Ring. I guess he's got O-Ring Executioner's Capsule, but...
And just being able which to take them 3 toughness.
But, his deck is set up to race. He's got some flyers. I imagine, a Talon Trooper.
He's got the Esperzoa.
Yeah, certainly Walton does a great job of coming down, just shutting off their biggest creature and giving you the ability, especially in blue-white, you can usually crack back in the air. Now what?
There's a Crystallization, there's an Ethercast Knight. Another Wall of Denial.
Wow.
Which Brian snaps to the front of the pack.
Absolutely. Sure.
I may not win, but I won't lose.
I wasn't sure if blue-white was open because he saw that Death Duelist and then nothing, but maybe there just weren't many blue-white cards in the first packs.
Looking over these packs, it looks like a very Naya-y.
Yeah, that's fair.
Set of cards. There's a Soul Manipulation. There's a Zealous Persecution.
Really?
I think I saw Zealous Persecution.
Surely he would have shuffled that one to the front.
Yeah, there it is.
Don't you take that? Soul manipulation?
Yeah.
Zealous Persecution does crazy things.
Something,
I mean,
he doesn't really have a deck that's going to take advantage of it. He's not going to have a ton of, creatures out there on the board. It's half an infect.
Wall of Denial picks off a 2 toughness creature, creature now. I would take Zealous Persecution there. I think that card's incredibly powerful. I mean, Soul Manipulation also very good. I mean, he won't regret having that card in his deck.
Well, with the Wall of Denial, I wonder if he would consider taking the Zombie Lich Lord or something like that. Win.
Yeah, I will. It's decent anyway.
He can hide behind the walls, make zombie tokens.
Yeah.
He's already got the two land cyclers.
Yeah, he doesn't need the fixer. I take the Lich Lord. Come on. For the kids.
Nope.
No? Go
Take the land cycler.
I don't know about that. Lich Lord seems decent.
I mean, it gives him he gets to hide behind his 2 Wall of Denials and deck his opponent.
Right. Trace,
Deny
the
Reality,
Wall,
Brain
Border
Bite.
Post. Yeah, we think Deny Reality, right?
He's looking at Brain Bite there.
Really?
Yeah, there he goes.
Is that better than Deny Reality? I mean, they're both blue-black card advantage. I thought Deny Reality was better.
I like Deny Reality better. Brain Bite always tends to be more of a sideboard card for me. But again, maybe he figures he can slow the game down enough with the walls.
Then take the Lich Lord.
Stormcold. Wow, that's a late stun sniper.
Really
That's going to go to Paul Reitzel.
Yes.
Wargate. Stormcaller's Boon, which he's going to take.
Yep, Stormcaller's Boon.
See the guy with the Sigil of the Empty Throne draft deck yesterday?
I heard about that. He had 2 Sigil of the Empty Thrones.
Like 8 enchantments. He Stormcaller's Booned into Ardent Plea, into Crystallization, and made 3 4/4 angels. This was in the Pro Tour. This is in draft at the Pro Tour. Yeah.
Nice. All right, Brian Kibler is going to be playing against Connolly Woods in the quarterfinal.
There's a late Talon Trooper.
That happens sometimes if there's nobody in blue-white near you, but he's looking at the Thresher. I don't think he has the artifact count for the Thresher. You go Talon Trooper here, in my opinion. He's not that dense in artifacts.
All right, it's going to be a 4/4. It's going to be a 3/3.
It's going to be a 3/3 or a 2/2 way too often. It's not worth 4 mana. Take the 2/3 flyer for 3. I disagree with that pick. I do not think he has the artifact density. It's the kind of card people want. They just imagine the times where it's gigantic.
He's taking the Ether Rot Page.
People imagine that card in the good scenarios, but you have to. Everything has to work out right. Just 2/3 flyer for 3. I think Talon Trooper's fine. Talon Troopers are better for your curve too.
Yeah, and a way to win. Which I feel like his.
Yeah, in particular, I think he needs flyers.
Yeah,
like he's going to have even if Thresher comes down as a 3/3 or a 4/4, there's going to be some giant monster on the other side of the table that can't get through Wall of Denial, and he's like, okay, I'll block Arsenal Thresher. Yeah, he didn't take the Cormorants. Didn't take the Talon Trooper. He may come up short on flyers for what this deck could have been.
There's another Arsenal Thresher.
Architects of Will.
Architects of Will. And the Twist, and the Ethereum A-Bomb.
And he goes Thresher again?
Yep. In for a penny.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just don't think his artifact count's high enough to make
honestly, I kind of would take the Architects of Will there. He has the opportunity to sort of lock his opponent out with an Esperzoa Architects of Will, where he can put them in a Elemental Augury lock every turn. It's like, okay, I'm going to look at the top of your deck. There's 3, there's 2 lands in a spell. Draw a land. Next turn, return Architects of Will. I mean, I've done it.
That's a great point.
It's better to do it with Master Transmuter, but
Still,
even if it buys you 2 turns, that's so huge in this game, making your opponent draw land or not draw land for 2 turns.
All right, there you get a look at Brian Kibler. Not smiling quite as much as he was at the beginning of the draft, but he's got some good cards. He's got some tools. These guys are going to go build their decks now. We're probably 30 minutes from the start of the quarterfinals. They're going to go register their decks. They're going to build their decks. Brian and I will wrap up the draft a little bit and come back to the booth, I think. The table, that's where they're going to be playing the games. Hello again. So the quarterfinals are going to happen after these guys build their decks. When we get to the quarterfinals, we just watched Kibler. He's going to be drafting against Conley Woods.
Yeah.
So Conley Woods is his quarterfinal opponent. The other match on that side of the bracket, Zach Hill versus Michael Hebke.
I tell you, all these matches are great in terms of also just spreading out the fashionable stakes across the brackets.
Right. Other side of the bracket, you've got Minamura versus Gregoire, and then you've got Reitzel versus Tom Ross.
So Conley Woods opened some very exciting cards if he chose to take them. So I'd be very excited to see this matchup.
Conley Woods opened Caldera Hellion.
Well, and here's this. He has a choice in that first pack between Bull Ceradon and Caldera Hellion.
Jeez. And then his last pack had a Lavalanche, by the way.
Yeah.
He had Paleoloth in the middle one. Nice run of rares. There, like we said, there are some bombs. Christophe Gregoire, from his seat, opened Flame Blast Dragon, which I'm sure he took. Then there's a Megalanoth.
He opened Flame Blast Dragon, Megalanoth, and the Lich Lord, but we saw him pass that, obviously. But got a Sonar Drake out of that pack, most likely.
Sure. Yeah. So we know Reitzel is sitting in Naya. Kibler is sitting in Esper.
Wow.
Blue-white, touch black, really.
Just listen to that. I mean, obviously, when we talk about the set, Alola Reborn's been the bomby set.
Yes.
But listen to the rares that were opened in Conflux. Scepter of Dominance, Banefire, Megalanoth, Rakamar, Paleoth. Not much of a bomb Paleoth.
Sure.
But it's very good. And Obelisk of Alara.
You know, I want to know what happened to that Banefire that Zach Hill opened. Because Zach Hill, we said, he got shipped Tower Gargoyle. Like Reitzel, Zach Hill opens Tower Gargoyle. Reitzel opens a Tower Gargoyle, ships it to Zach Hill, puts Zach Hill in Esper. Zach Hill then opens a Banefire. Does he return the favor?
No,
he takes Banefire, so he's Esper with a Banefire.
Again, remember, we watched LSV drafting Esper multiple times in Kyoto, and he just talked about being sort of like base Esper, splash red, splash green.
Right. That was before Reborn, though.
It was before
it's harder to do, but Banefire still works.
And Zach Hill has certainly shown a willingness to,
play 5 color.
First pick an Armillary Sphere.
Yeah. So fair enough. Well, we're going to go take a look at these guys while they build their decks a little bit, so we can bring you some more information on the quarters. We are going to show, we got the day 1 wrap, day 2 wrap queued up. We'll be back in the booth in probably 15 or 20 minutes with coverage of the quarterfinals. Kibler v. Woods will be the lead match, but all 4 matches are interesting to me. I want to see Zach Hill's Esper deck, see if he can get through the semifinals where he would potentially play Kibler or Woods. I want to see Minamura.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what he actually drafted.
I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of time to see Minamura.
And then Reitzel's deck.
Reitzel's deck sounds fantastic. Again, he's got double Steward, double Knight of Alara.
That's what he should have. We'll go see.
Yeah.
And then obviously there'll be a draft viewer set up so you guys can watch this draft.
Oh, yeah,
everybody's perspective once the draft viewer gets put together.
I'm sure this will be a much discussed draft viewer.
With these packs?
Absolutely.
Awesomeness. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back with quarterfinal match action right after they're done building their decks.